This one here is the best gold farm you can make in your survival world. It doesn't require that many materials and produces a very good amount of gold, experience, and rotten flesh. Best of all, it's very easy to make. A small warning, I'm explaining this tutorial really quickly, right? So if for some reason you didn't understand something, just rewind and that's it. But anyway, the first step we're gonna take, right? It's very important and you can't skip it for anything in the world, because if you do, the farm won't work. What we're going to do is have a locator map and we're going to open it. And as you can see, our little arrow has to be pointing up, which means that's north. In that direction, we're going to build our farm. This step, right? It's mandatory. You have to do it or the farm won't work. Anyway, let's start with the first thing, right? Is mark out our area, which is basically going to be 9 wide by 23 long. Once we have our area marked out like this, the next thing we're going to do is dig down a total of 3 layers. And it should look like this. Once you have this area done, what we're going to do is go to either of these 2 corners and place a water stream. Then, once the line is in place, we're going to go to where the water reached, and from this block, we're going to dig down 1 more layer. If we did it correctly, it should look like this. Now, the next thing we're going to do is dig down 2 blocks here. And from here, we're going to make a hole, 3 by 3, okay? We need to clear out this area here, because this is the area that's going to take the piglins to the Trident killers. Once we have this area done, the next thing we're going to do is dig down 1 more layer and pour 2 more buckets of water. And we're gonna repeat exactly what we did up here, down here, okay? If we did it correctly, it should look like this. The piglins will fall through this whole area here and travel to this part over here, which is where the Trident killer will be. So we're gonna go down 3 blocks and leave it like that for now. Now the next thing we're going to do, right, is go to either of the 2 corners and count 3 blocks. And on the 3rd block, we're going to make our portal here, which will go from corner to corner just like this. Basically, the portal will have dimensions of 23 by 23 blocks, meaning 23 high and 23 wide. But anyway, it should end up being 23 by 23 like this. If you want to check if you did it correctly, you're going to try lighting it. If the portal doesn't light up, you did it wrong. Now, the next thing we're going to do is count 3 blocks from this portal, and we're going to make the next portal over here. Remember that I'm currently making this farm with 2 portals, but you can expand it up to 50 if you want. But obviously, if you play on mobile, I recommend you just make 2. Alright, as you can see, our portal area would look like this. Now let's move on to the next step, which is the mechanism to turn the farm on and off. For this step, we're going to go to the middle part between the 2 portals, and using any block except wood, obviously, we're going to make an area like this, leaving 3 blocks free in the middle. Then, we are going to go to each of the corners and build up 2 blocks like this. This area should end up looking like this. Now here comes one of the most important features, right? Which is placing the observers, because if we place them incorrectly, the farm won't work. To place the observers, they need to be arranged exactly in this order. The first face has to be looking outside the portals, so the arrow has to be pointing to the right. The second observer has to be facing to the left, and the last one again to the right. And to check if you did it correctly, what we're going to do is go to one of these 2 corners and place a dispenser. If you hear the dispenser working, you did it correctly. But if not, just try to set it up this way, and I assure you it will definitely work for you. Once you've placed the dispensers, the next thing we're going to do is put powder snow buckets in each one of them. And we are going to place a lever here to turn them off. And now, the next thing we're going to do to finish our on and off mechanism is to place trapdoors like this. Just like this. It has to look exactly like this. And finally, we're going to place a bucket of lava right in the middle. If you did it correctly, as you can see, the portals will start to light up. And now the next thing we're going to do is check if we did it correctly. So I'm going to turn on the farm, and as you can see, this should happen. Right now they're not spawning because it's on peaceful mode, but this is exactly what should happen. The portals will keep turning on and off, and basically that's how a gold farm works. Now, the last thing we're going to do to finish our farm is the Trident killer area. This is up to personal preference, okay? I'm going to make a small area, alright? But you can make it as big as you want. From here on, you can do it however you like, right? But either way, I'm going to show you a pretty basic and simple Trident killer. The first thing we're going to do is place 2 chests here and connect them with 4 hoppers, right at the farm's drop point. Once we have the hoppers placed at the drop, the next thing we're going to do, right, is obviously to expand a little bit over here. And we're going to place 4 pistons like this. The pistons should end up like this, and before anything else, we are going to place a torch, right? On each of these pistons like this, okay? This area should look like this. Then, for the final step, we're going to place the observers with the arrow pointing directly at the piston, okay?
And now, simply to turn it on and off, all we're going to do is come to the back of the piston. And we're going to place a lever. And we're going to turn it off, okay?
And obviously, let's not forget, right? It's very important to place the tridents like this. I recommend placing at least 5. And now, it would simply be a matter of placing a ladder at the back, right? Of our portals so that we can climb up and turn on the farm whenever we want. And that's how simple it is to have the best temporary gold farm in all of Minecraft Bedrock. Remember, if for any reason you have questions, you can leave them in the comment section, right? And I'll be answering them there. And that's it. I hope you really loved it, and above all, that the farm works for you. Greetings to everyone, and well, many blessings.